There is one thing sitting inside your gun right now that has already blown a pistol apart in the hands of a trained security officer, and almost nobody checks for it. Stay with me because that one is number one on this list. All of these are gun tricks that come from top 1% competition shooters, old range officers, police bulletins, and thousands of pages of arguments on gun forums where people have been testing this stuff for decades. We are counting down from 9 to 1, and each one gets better as we go. Number 9. Smoke your sights black. This one goes back to basic training when sergeants walk down the firing line with a candle in their hand. Iron sights are metal, and metal shines. When the sun catches the top edge of your front sight, a little bit of glare shifts the whole sight picture in your eye without you knowing it. Your group slides in whatever direction the light is coming from, and you sit there blaming the gun, the ammo, or your own eyes. The fix is soot. Take a cheap lighter, hold the flame a little away from the sight so you're laying down carbon instead of cooking the metal, and coat the front blade and rear notch until they are dead flat black. Wipe the oil off first or it will not stick. Bullseye and service rifle competitors carry little carbide lamps just for this, and some will tell you a championship has been won by 1 point because of it. It rubs right off with a rag, free 15 seconds and your sights look razor sharp. Number 8. Number your magazines. When a gun jams, people blame the gun. Then the ammo. Almost nobody blames the real suspect, which is usually one tired magazine with a worn spring or a follower that tilts and noses the round into the feed ramp. Here's the trick. Buy a white paint pen and put a number on the bottom of every magazine you own. Now, when you have a failure to feed, you glance down and see it was Mag 4. Next trip, Mag 4 does it again. That is not a gun problem. That is a $12 spring and a follower problem, and you just found it in 2 range trips instead of 2 years. Competition shooters have done this forever, and some add a label with a date they last changed the spring. The magic is not the paint pen, it is that you stop guessing, and a gun you can trust is a gun you understand. Number 7. Stop drowning your gun in oil. Oil is good, so more oil must be better, right? Wrong. A heavy coat of oil is basically flypaper. It grabs carbon, dust, pocket lint, and sand and turns all of it into a grinding paste sitting right where your gun needs to slide. Old military handbooks put it in plain language: do not over-oil your rifle. Heavy coats of oil collect dirt. It gets worse. Oil that seeps into the firing pin channel thickens in cold weather, slows the striker down, and gives you a light hit on the primer, which means click instead of bang. Shooters have lost entire matches to that, and if you carry muzzle down all day, oil in that channel can creep into the primer and kill your first round. That channel should be bone dry. Clean it with alcohol and a cotton swab, and keep the breech face pointed down while you scrub so nothing runs inside. So where does the oil actually go? Let the gun tell you. Pull the slide off and look for the shiny wear marks where metal has been rubbing metal. Those bright lines are the only places that want to drop. Spread it thin, wipe off the rest, done. Number 6. Leave your magazines loaded. This one starts more arguments than anything else on the internet. You have heard it 100 times. Do not leave your magazines loaded or you will kill the spring. So people dutifully unload their carry mags every night to let the spring rest. This is backwards. Springs do not die from sitting compressed. They die from being flexed. Every round you push in and pull out is a cycle, and cycles add up. When one ammo company ran magazines to destruction, a factory Glock 17 spring made it to roughly 15,000 cycles before it quit, and a polymer rifle magazine spring ran nearly 70,000. Metallurgists say the same thing. Modern chrome silicon spring steel is built to sit under loads for years. The old fear came from cheap blued steel springs and old followers that tilted. Buy quality mags with anti-tilt followers, load them and leave them alone. And here is the irony: the guy unloading his mags every night to save the spring is the one wearing it out fastest. Quick pause, if you're learning something here, hit subscribe on Guns You Can't Live Without, because the next 4 are the ones that actually change how you shoot. Number 5. Find your natural point of aim. Watch a new shooter and you will see them muscle the gun onto the target. Arms fighting shoulders, shoulders fighting hips. The sights sit on the bullseye so everything looks fine, then the shot breaks, the group walks off to one side, and nobody can explain why. Here is the 10-second test that snipers and high-power rifle shooters use. Get into your position, settle the sights on the target, then close your eyes. Take 2 slow breaths, relax, and open your eyes. Did the sights stay on target, or did they drift off? If they drifted, that is where your body actually wants to point. You are holding the gun on target with muscle shakes and muscle tires. Do not shove it back, move your body instead. Rifle shooters shift their rear foot, pistol shooters pivot the stance a few degrees, then check again. When your bones are already aimed at the target, the gun stops fighting you and returns to the same spot every single shot. Number 4. Actually shoot your carry ammo. This one makes people uncomfortable, and it should. Most gun owners buy one expensive box of defensive hollow points, load the gun, and never fire a single one of those rounds ever. They are trusting their life to ammunition they have never seen leave the barrel. 2 things go wrong. First, feeding. A pistol that eats cheap round-nosed practice ammo all day can choke on a wide hollow point, especially in a small carry gun. Second, point of impact. A light, fast practice load and a heavier defensive load do not land in the same place, and at 25 yards the gap can be several inches, which is the whole chest of a target. So buy 2 boxes, shoot one of them through the exact gun and the exact magazine you carry, watch where it lands, and confirm it runs. Then load the fresh box with confidence, and if you run a red dot, plenty of serious shooters zero it around 15 yards, because that keeps your hits close to the dot across normal distances. Number 3. The coin drill and the wall drill. Dry fire is free, and it is the reason top competitors can do things that look like magic. Most people do it wrong, so here are the 2 drills that fix trigger control faster than anything else. First, the rules. Drop the magazine and clear the chamber, then check it again with your eyes and your finger. Get every round of live ammo out of the room, point at something that would actually stop a bullet. The coin drill. Balance a coin or an empty case flat on the front sight and press the trigger. The coin does not lie. If it falls, you slap the trigger or dip the muzzle. When you can do that 10 times in a row, your finger has learned something your brain could never explain. Then the wall drill. Stand a few feet from a blank wall with no target at all and press while staring at the front sight. With nothing to aim at, every tiny wobble shows up. 10 minutes a day beats 1 lazy range trip a month, and it costs nothing. Number 2. The ball and dummy drill. Now let us catch the thing that is actually ruining your groups. Not the gun, not your eyes, a flinch. And here is the cruel part, you cannot see your own flinch. Your brain knows an explosion is coming a few inches from your face, so it braces a fraction of a second before the shot. Your hand tightens, the muzzle dips, and your shots land low and left if you are right-handed, and low and right if you are a lefty. The cure is beautifully simple. Hand your magazine to a friend and have them loaded with a random mix of live rounds and dummy rounds, also called snap caps. You do not know the order, you aim, you press, and sometimes instead of a bang, you get a click. In that silence, the truth comes out. If the gun dipped on that click, you just watched your own flinch in slow motion. Instructors call this the most powerful diagnostic tool they own, and it has survived decades because it works. There is a smarter version too. Load mostly dummies with only 1 or 2 live rounds hidden inside, so your brain stops expecting recoil at all. When you catch yourself jerking, stop, do 10 slow, perfect dry presses, then go again. 1 session of this and you will watch your group shrink. Number 1. The round you chamber every single day. Here it is. If you unload your carry pistol at night and load it again in the morning, you may have been doing something dangerous for years without knowing it. Every time you rack that same round into the chamber, the nose of the bullet smacks the feed ramp and gets pushed a tiny bit deeper into the brass case. This is called bullet setback, and it is quiet because the round still looks fine and still chambers fine. But a bullet sitting deeper means less room inside the case for burning powder. And less room means higher pressure, not a little higher, dramatically higher. This is not a forum ghost story. A security force at Los Alamos National Laboratory had a semi-automatic pistol come apart when it was fired. The frame broke and the slide and barrel separated from the gun and flew down range. Nobody was hurt, and the investigation found that personnel had been repeatedly chambering the same round. Glock's technical people confirmed the mechanism. Repeated chambering drives the bullet deeper and compacts the powder. New Jersey State Police put out an officer safety bulletin about it, warning that a round chambered more than a couple of times should be thrown out. The .40 caliber crowd learned this the hard way. There is a second problem too, because all that slamming can crack the primer compound inside, which gives you the opposite failure, a dud round on the day your life depends on it. So here's the fix, and it takes 2 minutes. Do not try to be gentle by easing the slide forward with your hand, because that only trades one failure for another. Instead, take a permanent marker, mark every round you pull out of the chamber, and send it to the bottom of the magazine. When every round in that mag is marked, take them to the range, shoot them, and load fresh ammo. Simpler still, retire any round that has been chambered more than twice, and once in a while, stand that chambered round next to a brand new one from the box. If the old one looks even slightly shorter, throw it away, because that is not a bullet anymore, that is a bomb waiting for a reason. Subscribe to Guns You Can't Live Without for more interesting gun tricks you never heard about.